We're talking about boutique guitars and boutique amps and the battle to see who will win. Not really, just see what we would pick if we had to go in a battle with them.
The question of the century. No,
Is
it's
it?
really, no, it's not.
No,
but it's interesting nonetheless.
Franz Ferdinand, a real historical character or just a band?
Nope.
Who knows? That's the question we all want to know. Click like, subscribe.
Hit the bell.
Thank you. Now let's get on to it. So let's say you have the choice, or you're forced choice. You have to. It's like the Mission Impossible.
Gun to your head.
Not Mission Impossible. Yeah, gun to head, like in Missing in Action, Chuck Norris, where like they tie a shotgun thing. He has to stand on this thing, or it blows the kid's head off.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
God, I do remember
With
that.
the rope, like on his, like if he gets off the bucket.
It's very traumatic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like God. These are the things that we watched as children growing up.
It's true.
That's why our generation's tougher. I think my kids are so soft. I remember like Red Dawn was just like a cartoon.
It's free reign at the Blockbuster. Whatever you want, kids, get it. Take it home. We'll watch it.
Go see. What was that? I remember my parents like running like Alien.
I was gonna say like
the first one for me, like when I was like under 10.
You want to see Predator 2? Cool. Awesome.
Anyway, my
Still
dad
traumatized by that.
My dad had the VCR that had like the little TV built into it because it was like for his office, because
Right,
like the work one, it probably cost like $3,000 or something crazy back then. He didn't pay for it, the company did. But I used to watch horror films in my room, like RoboCop at the age of 9.
My dad
at the age of 9.
This is the last. I won't get us off topic too much, but one time my dad would let us rent these horrible like scary movies, right? Totally inappropriate for children, but it was fantastic, and we'd rent them, and it would be dark. One night, my dad snuck out his window, killed the power to the house.
Oh, so smart.
We're watching this. We're already terrified, right? And then we had these like windows in the living room by where the TV was. The power's out, and we're like, Dad, no answer. And all of a sudden, my dad pops up in front of those windows wearing a Jason hockey mask.
Perfect.
With this huge knife.
Perfect.
I did not,
You probably didn't
mess myself, but I was close. I was sheer terror.
I gotta do that, because my kids are very sensitive. Like William will lose his mind. Okay, so we live in a world of so many wonderful toys right now. I'm clearly a fan of boutique amps because I play the 2-Rock almost exclusively. I'm very frustrated with Eli and his strange team out there because they make such a good thing.
Which says something, because you have all around us are fantastic, some even vintage amps.
I do like amps. I play them all. But I do go back to the 2-Rock when it's just like, all right, well, I just need to make the sound good.
And it's not a phase. I thought it might have been a phase for a while, but no, you have been solidly a stalwart.
Well, for a guy that doesn't like pedals that much, because I'm lazy,
it's perfect.
It really does. I can get to that gain stage, and I'm sitting pretty. I'm happy. So I do love boutique things. And I was a Fender fanboy.
Yeah, it's true.
I still am.
Yeah.
And I would not touch a boutique guitar for the longest time.
Right.
But I've been infected.
Even since I've known. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So now I'm playing some of those Castidoses and those Echo Parks. It's sort of like sunken into my DNA a little bit.
Oddly enough, they both have ties to Fender, but there you go.
Yeah, it's strange, right? They both do have ties to Fender. Weird.
It just occurred to me right now that I was like, oh, there you go.
We should have.
So maybe you haven't strayed as far as you.
Good. I haven't strode down the weird oddball ones yet. Right. So if you had to choose in a battle, like you're coming to your gig, and this is for fun. This isn't like, oh my God, I'm playing for the Queen. What am I going to do? What would you choose?
Amp.
Boutique amp?
All day long.
Would it be the Magnetone?
It could be the Magnetone. I would gladly play a Bloomfield. There's, to me, right, there is, the amp is so important, how it sounds, but there's a less personal connection, right? Like the guitar is still the thing in your hands. So like trusty, tried and true guitar, probably, well, to me right now, it's either Fender or Gibson. But as long as that amp sounds good, it's not necessarily about, and that's usually my gripe. If there's a boutique thing that I don't like, sometimes I just don't feel like either they haven't nailed the feel, or it's just not the feel that I'm comfortable or used to, right? So with the amp, as long as it sounds good, and I think some of the boutique amps,
they sound pretty amazing.
Are amazing.
Now I'm going to throw you for a loop here, because I was of that answer too before, but I've sort of switched a bit. And it happened when I went down to the Blues Jam at Derek's joint.
Okay, I can see
the
that.
Neon Rooster. They just had like a Fender like Blues Deluxe. What am I playing? The little tweed one that's there. Like there's some like, it's not Blues Junior. I don't know what it is, or Hot Rod Deluxe.
It must
I don't
be.
know.
There's a Princeton there. There's all kinds of Fender.
Or maybe it was a twin. I wasn't playing the twin. I think Ethan was playing. No, maybe I was playing the twin and he was playing the Supro. I don't know what I was playing, but I had like a little cheap Blues Driver pedal. But I grabbed. I'm in the shop. I was like, I'm gonna grab a guitar from the shop just to go experience it. So I grabbed an Echo Park because that's what I was excited to play, and I was like, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I didn't really care what I was going through.
I will say this: if we're talking my personal things, I'm boutique, and I got to pick one or the other. Boutique amp, because I happen to own Magneton and stuff.
Right.
But
that's how I am for the most part.
Maybe when you're talking backline, maybe that does change the answer. I hadn't really considered it that way. Like if I'm going to show up somewhere and there's an amp for me, like there used to be able to play gigs at the Hard Rock Cafe in Nashville, right? And you do these random showcases or random things. And they had at the time some kind of deal worked out with is it Third Power?
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
that's cool.
They had Third Power amps that you could use, super freaking cool. But an amp like that you're not sure about, sometimes it's hard to dial in like 5 minutes, right?
God, so
I'd rather, it was super cool, but I would almost rather have like an old twin or a deluxe reverb that I can just like, okay, 5, done.
Hot Rod Deluxe.
Right.
Got it.
So in that situation, maybe it is just trusty Fender amp.
It's tricky. This is a fun, mental argument we're having just with ourselves for giggles, and because anywhere from from the Novo world to the world of Sirs, like, are they boutique anymore?
I was gonna say that's barely boutique. You know,
like we did a video years ago now at this point on PRS. Is it boutique or something? And
I mean, there's probably a few boutique. Like a Novo would be pretty fun. If someone's like, oh, here, go play this gig with a Novo, I'd probably do that. Or a Nags. Or the other one that I really am intrigued by that I've never touched one is have you seen the Josh Williams?
I have.
With the, like those 335 sort of models that he makes look pretty amazing.
No, like your comfort, you like to have your tried and trusty true, like Strat, Telly, Les Paul, 335, whatever we've known. But gosh, sure is fun to play something different.
Or like the new Castadosa model.
The Mariana.
If you were like, hey, take this to your gig, but you have to play this Fender amp.
I guess I could handle that.
I think I'd probably be all right.
Blues Driver pedal, my TS9 clone or whatever. Yeah, I think you're fine.
There is something fun about the Blues Jam, right? Like a rig you're not super invested in, and just you got one button, the go button, and that's it. And then you just play. There's something.
Yeah, I hit the go button, I turned it off for me. I played it clean. I was like, oh, I can't really hear it clean, so it's the go button on all the time. Right? And then I'm just gonna have my volume on my guitar a little bit.
That's right.
That's exactly it. And the Echo Park handled it ferociously well. I felt extremely confident. I'd never really played the guitar before. I was like, I'm just gonna grab it, I just picked it up. I'd never played it. I played it just like briefly to make sure it works. I was like, all right, cool, it works. Let's see how this feels and see how it does in a test run.
Yeah.
And it did awesome. And then I had that weird sort of out of phasey in between position when you went not expected. I was like, ooh, what's happened? Peter Berg is who I was thinking about, the director from Lone Survivor.
I
was trying to remember this because I was like, the Peter Green is what kind of Peter. I was trying to remember who the director for Lone Survivor and Deepwater Horizon was last week, and that's just Peter Berg is his name. I think he was involved in Ballers too. Sorry, this has been driving me nuts.
It's going to span multiple videos.
Well, because I like to try to think. God, this was like at least a week ago. I was trying to remember this. No, I like to try to think of and remember things instead of just looking up on Google like who directed this. I was like, let me see, my brain still works. A lot of you young cats don't understand what that means because you're like, no, all of my information's here in my supercomputer, my bottom.
That is your memory in some ways.
It's amazing. I love that. I'm a big fan of it, but man, I like to still see if my brain can remember things.
It's probably a good
habit. Like last night, I sort of power watched through it because I fast forward a lot because it's really not a good movie. But have you seen the movie Krull?
No.
It came out in 1983, the same year as Return of the Jedi. It's a science fiction fantasy film. It has all the great workings of a great science fiction, like great budget, kind of a cool story. It's like, and the actors are good. Freaking Liam Neeson's a side character in this movie. He's just like a bit player. Right. You've got the guy who plays Hadwick, the guy from what's that movie? The Harry Potter movies.
Oh yeah.
He's one of his first films is a side character. He doesn't survive.
Weird.
he dies storming the castle. Spoiler. But it's got some other people. The guy who plays Dumbledore's in it as well, I think.
Okay, so like a whole Harry Potter
cast.
Pre-reunion.
But the movie's terrible. And the special effects are out. John Williams does the score. It's got everything you want. But oh man, it brought back memories.
All right.
It was so good. I have no idea why we're talking about that right now.
Just because.
Because I was playing Gabriel's guitar at the Blues Jam at the Neon Rooster. And I was thinking about Peter Green, and Peter Berg came to my mind. That's where it came back. This is
Peter Green, Peter Gabriel, Peter Berg.
Onset of early dementia here is happening right now in front of you.
And you guys got to see it.
Whew. It's been happening for months. So I think for fun, if I'm buying it, maybe like the boutique amp.
Okay.
For funsies, boutique guitar.
All right.
Maybe, I think that'd be a blast.
Yeah.
What do you think?
The real answer is I'm fine with either.
And Kroll, you need to see it.
And Kroll. But yeah, if I had to pick off the top of my head, I probably would. My first instinct would be boutique amp.
God, I mean, now I say like it used to be that. Now I'm sort of like, I don't know. I'm just so excited. Like the new guitar makers making new weird things gets me pumped up now. And like even if it's it's a revision of something that's been done before, I love something coming new to the world.
Part of it too, for me probably, and the difference in you and I, is I feel like almost any amp I could just set flat, and my little pedals are my safety net. Get tones for that.
You're right. That's smart.
You're not doing that. So
no, because if you put me with just like a pure clean amp, I'm just going to play it entirely different. It'll be like clean style playing, and a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
But every car amp I played, I could sit with one of those. The Milkman's you're gonna need a little drive. Two Rocks, some of them I'm gonna need a little drive, but I could handle that.
Depends. Yeah.
That's it. So let us know your thoughts, your desires, your dream rigs too. That's the fun. Put the ultimate boutique rig together.
I mean, that's almost could be part of the question. Like, is your dream, if you could only have the boutique amp or the boutique guitar as your dream rig, which one are you settling for? Not that you're really settling. But yeah. Let us know in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye.